In January, we did my annual 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance program where we looked at one thing you could do each day. Well, we're back with the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. In the chaotic world of 2025 and beyond, compliance will become even more important, and you staying on top of your game will help your company move forward. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
If you're a compliance officer, middle managers are crucial in getting your programs from you to your frontline employees. But how do we activate those managers and get them on our side? Ethico's new Middle Manager Toolkit equips you with the skills needed to empower your managers, to promote a culture where ethical behavior thrives and employees feel empowered to speak up. Learn how to turn frontline managers into ethical leaders with our new white paper, Empowering Middle Managers as Ethics Champions. And did I mention you can get the whole toolkit for free? Head to ethico.com to download the full toolkit today.
Today we consider using GenAI to make small transformations in your organization, which can lead to much bigger ones down the road. That when businesses want to strategically use GenAI, you need to consider what the effect is going to be on employees. So start with some common tasks that can use LLMs in ways that are useful to many roles in compliance, such as writing, synthesizing information, generating imagery, and documenting meetings. The near ubiquitous nature of GenAI can have real impact within your compliance function. So think about how your compliance function can utilize common tasks. Next, while this may sound counterintuitive to the common tasks, when you get specifically to compliance professionals, they're going to need some specialized GenAI. These obviously are going to maintain a human in the loop, but it's where employees interact with the tools and review the outputs rather than allowing GenAI tools to automatically make decisions or produce outputs. These outputs would seem directly suited for the compliance space. Think about the adjacent space and the world of corporate finance. Finance teams are relatively late to adopt new technologies, but when they do so, they can really enhance the product. And finally, never underestimate or really never forget the user experience. As Carson Tams continually reminds us, it's all about the UX. What's the user experience? If your user experience is not going to improve, there may not be a reason to use GenAI. Typically, the UX for companies is customers. But remember, in the compliance world, your customer is other employees. So just as GenAI can transform traditional customer service and engagement, it can do so for compliance and corporate employees. Beyond text-based interactions, GenAI can move to voice-based customer engagement. How about if you could answer a question in a voice-based manner through your compliance bot? You can have AI-driven voice assistants, and they're moving towards actually video assistants. So it's critical that you think about the customer experience. So the three key takeaways to reiterate are: GenAI should be used in tasks that are common to individuals in many roles, so you'll have a very wide acceptance of user experience. 2, when it comes to compliance, specialized GenAI can be used where the human in the loop reviews the outputs. And always remember number 3, it's always about the UX. If your user experience is not good or even great, users are not going to remember it or not going to use it. So it's all about the UX, even when it comes to Gen AI going forward. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be Short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The compliance tip of the day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network. Finally, this podcast contains promotional material.